Four downs with Rich.
Here we go. What is
First down.
First down after the Super Bowl. We're all talking about Pat Mahomes. When's he going to get that contract, right?
Yes.
When's he going to get that contract? Because the Chiefs did what everybody needs to do with their first-round drafted quarterbacks. You got to get that Super Bowl win in their first contract when they are dirt cheap. Mahomes, I think, is scheduled to make $750,000 next year, right around there. So what the Eagles were able to do, I guess one would say, in Wentz's first contractual window, even though it wasn't Wentz who won the Super Bowl, but Wentz had such a great season that got them the one seed that Foles took home for him.
$735,000.
And the same way that the Rams were able to do in Goff's first contractual window to get to the Super Bowl, they did not win. In the same way that the Texans have not been able to do so far with Deshaun Watson. The Chiefs were able to do, and that obviously the Bears have not been able to do with Mitchell Trubisky. The Chiefs have been able to accomplish what everybody needs to do. You draft somebody as your first-round quarterback. You got to go and win that thing before you start pizzaying the guy. So the Chiefs have checked that box. And I know we're all waiting for the Mahomes contract. And I asked Brett Veach, the general manager, yesterday, what's next on that front. And he said that it's the highest of priorities. But they don't have to do it just yet. They really don't. What they got to do is lock up Chris Jones. That's the first order of business in my mind for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down, most important current Chiefs contract right here. It's Chris Jones, 26 years old. It is his walk year. Maybe they franchise him. I don't know. I don't know what they're planning on doing. But this kid has been phenomenal. Second-round draft choice back in 2016. When he's active and he's healthy in the middle of that defensive line, they are a much better team everywhere. Everywhere. And that includes offense. You put him back on the field. And in the same way that Mahomes was able to clean up some messes just with his sheer talent, Chris Jones, his batted ball in the fourth quarter to get the ball back to the Kansas City Chiefs to take the lead in the Super Bowl. Part of that offensive series for San Francisco that forced him to punt, Chris Jones was crucial. And there are so many other plays that we could come up with in that playoff run. The Chiefs need to lock this guy up. He's about to get paid. And he said that he might even give Kansas City a hometown discount to stay. I think this is the first item up for bids on Brett Veach's to-do list once the parade is over. That's first down. Here's second down right now.
Second down.
Instant replay for pass interference. May it rest in peace. I don't think anybody in the NFL is going to sit at the owners' meeting this year and say, let's do this again. Now, we're all talking about the George Kittle offensive pass interference call in the Super Bowl, and that happened in the last 2 minutes of the half. There's no way Al Riveron was going to chime in right there and say, we need to reverse this, when there was an arm that Kelsey had extended before he caught that ball. Everybody's saying, where was replay on this front? Replay was not put into place to take that one away. You might say it was a bad call by the officials, certainly since we saw a lot of that other stuff before and afterwards. Like, why call that one? But replay was not going to chime in on this. Replay was actually put into place to take, in a way, the Kyle Rudolph touchdown off the board for the Vikings against the Saints. And they might have scored anyway because of where they were. That was what instant replay was put in, but even there you saw hand jostling. What it was put into place to do was to put a flag on the field in Week 17 against the San Francisco 49ers on behalf of the Seattle Seahawks, and they didn't do it. That's what it's there for. Clear pass interference. Guy totally ran into a Seahawk, and it's the last 2 minutes of game. Where's the flag? That's what it's intended for. That's what it was all about. Big game. Where's the flag? Oh, we got it on pass interference on replay. Didn't happen. It's been a total mess. Nobody knows what it is anymore. And I think it's going to be history. So I guess what do you put there? 2019-2019 on the tombstone?
Yes.
Pretty much?
Yeah,
okay,
pretty much.
That's second down. Third down.
Third down.
We're all talking about was Brady walking out of the stadium like the Yanni Laurel photograph of 2020 Super Bowl, right? I mean, And we're waiting, and Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo said that Brady's going to get $30 million from the Patriots. He's not asking for it, but the Patriots are willing to offer it. And like all of us, we will accept that. And the next few weeks, what's it going to be about? Because, again, the new league year starts in about 6 weeks, and this is all going to come to a head. But the most intriguing offseason story not involving Tom Brady is none other than Cam Newton. This guy was walking around Miami all over the place. Saw him, and he looked all kinds of healthy. He looked like a guy that's ready to play football, and he looks like a guy that's ready to play football for the Carolina Panthers. Why haven't we heard Matt Rule come out and say he's our guy? Why haven't we heard that yet? And so where will he go? And let's just say he does go somewhere else. Let's say that they do just trade him somewhere else. Because all of the analysts that do this stuff for a living say that Cam doesn't really fit in the Matt Rule offense. Let's just say that you could think he could fit anywhere, but it's not like the prototypical guy for it. Let's just say he's not. Matt Rule says we're done. And wherever he goes is going to be a story. But what happens to Carolina is a huge story, too. Matt Rule's gotten a monster contract, okay?
Baby.
And he's never done it before. And what if they go 8-8 with somebody else? 6-10. What happens then? And Matt, you trust. But it's what happens in Carolina. Kuechly's gone. Greg Olson's gone. Even McCaffrey basically said, all my buddies are gone. Where are they going? Where's everyone going? Everyone's, because we're all focused on the Brady story, and for good reason. But what about Cam? That's pretty big. All right, here's my fourth down.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Down.
So it's our final
Here he
hot
goes.
take plank, fourth down hot take of the year.
All right, so I'm clutching the
so excited.
famed Rich Eisen show.
All right, you promised it was
take
hot.
Plank. It
You
is
promised.
very, very hot. Okay. So last year's MVP just won the Super Bowl this year, right?
Correct.
This year's MVP, I'm not going to come out and base. It wouldn't be a hot take to say Lamar Jackson's going to win the Super Bowl next year, right? That would be such a hot take. Like, really? You'd say that's a hot take? Because I'll hop on that right now, and I'll change my fourth down if you say it's a hot take.
It's bold. It's
Okay.
not. It's not hot.
All
It's
right.
bold.
It's not a hot take to basically say the one seed Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl next year. So what I'm saying is the MVPs of the last couple of years are guys who can run it when they need to and throw it expertly.
Yes.
Right? 50 touchdowns last year. The last two MVPs led the league in touchdown passes.
Yep.
So who's and they were also in their second year as start. Well, Mahomes was his second year, first year as starter. Lamar Jackson, second year as starter, right? So who's a first year starter right now who can run it and throw it? Who's that guy? If this is a young man's game who can run around when he needs to and throw it, and like Mahomes, he was off the radar screen because he only started one game. And last year, Lamar Jackson just, was kind of off the radar screen until the middle of the season, and then off the radar screen in the offseason. Fourth down, hot take. Next year's MVP vote, finishing in the top 3 of the voting. Arizona's Kyler Murray.
I knew where Rich was going.
Oh, baby.
I knew it.
Your
Kyler Murray, top 3?
Your offensive rookie of the year of 2019 will finish top 3 in the MVP voting of 2020. Kyler Murray, who this year went 5-10-1, I understand, but completed 64.4% of his passes, had a passer rating just a little bit south of 88, and that's better than Lamar Jackson's rookie season passer rating. He had 3,700 yards passing, by the way, 12 interceptions, which ain't bad for a rookie, 20 touchdowns, and he came up big in a Week 16 win. I understand, just 118 yards passing, just 1 touchdown, 11 of 18, 40 yards rushing, passer rating just less than 100 in Seattle. This kind of sounds like a rookie year stat line for Lamar Jackson, doesn't it? Where he just does just enough for his team to win. Doesn't hurt him, doesn't do a lot, but next year, look out. Kyler Murray will finish top 3 in the 2020 MVP voting.
All right, if you want to take that one step further and say Kyler Murray is going to win MVP.
I mean, now that
No, I'm just saying he is. You can get him at various offshore bookmakers at 30-1.
Ooh.
30-1.
just throwing that out there. and the way that the game is being played now. Larry Fitzgerald's coming back. Kenyon Drake looked pretty damn good.
He did.
I mean, they finished nice and strong. Best division in football, right? Oh, don't even look up in the air.
No,
and
I'm just
furrow your brow.
I'm just thinking about it.
NFC West is the best division in football.
Thinking about it.
You had 2 playoff teams, including the NFC champions, and then last year's NFC champions finished above 500 this year and didn't make the playoffs. Come on now.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
Spicy.
Just throwing it. That's your 4 downs.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.